They say you can tell a lot about a brand by how well they do their cheapest vehicle, and in this regard, the new Volvo XC40 is fairly telling. Priced from $40,000, this is the smallest Volvo on the lot. The look is more playful and youthful than bigger Volvo utes like the XC60 and flagship XC90 higher up the ladder. It's less serious a thing to look at and features styling that seems to morph from sleek to boxy to almost toy-like depending on where you're standing. It's a unique look, but still unmistakably Volvo, although I wonder if the looks might be a little too unconventional for some buyers. On board, it's a similar setup. All key elements of the modern Volvo cabin are on board, including a fully digital instrument cluster, portrait-oriented touchscreen interface, and numerous vertically oriented styling elements that help tie it all together. Signature Volvo seats are on board, and they're super comfy, as expected. From inside or out, there's no mistaking XC40 as anything other than a Volvo, even if the bright orange carpeting seems a little over the top. But beneath the looks are two important attributes. First, the XC40 gives the shopper a boiled-down and visually stirring take on what Volvo interiors are all about. And second, as Volvos do, the styling goes its own way. Unlike many luxury competitors, XC40 is visually quiet, discreet, and it looks upscale without being shouty, and it doesn't roll down the road like a chrome-plastered parade float with giant wheels and a massive grille. It turns heads, but more for originality, not flashiness. It is a little crossover in a world where many shoppers buy crossovers because, among other things, they're big. But is it sufficiently large? I'm about 5'10", 200 pounds, and mostly average in size, though wide in the shoulders. Me and 3 additional humans of my size could all ride with minimal issue. The XC40's tall and blocky shape enables a tall cabin, and one passenger who clocked in at 6'3" even expressed delight at the available headroom. At my height, I had no problems with leg or headroom from any seat. Notably, the knees of rear-seat adult passengers will still have several inches of space before encountering the seat back ahead. In the driver's seat, my optimal driving position sees me sitting upright and alert, surrounded by good outward lines of sight, and provides a commanding view of the road ahead. Expect to feel like you're in a tall and upright car, not a hulking SUV. Storage nearby for smaller items is more than sufficient, and a wireless recharging pad in the center console bin automatically juices compatible smartphones when they're placed inside, no plugging in required. Also, there's a built-in removable flip-lid trash receptacle. That means no more spent mustard packets or expired parking slips in the cup holders. Rear seat backs are very heavy but fold via a motorized action for assistance, and the tester's power tailgate added further convenience too. In the middle is a cargo hold that should accept 4 or more moderately sized luggages or a heavy grocery run with little fuss. It's not a massive cargo hold, but the tall and square shape helps maximize the available room. More impressive is driving the XC40 in the snow. My tester ran a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that's turbocharged for 250 horsepower. Confusingly, this turbo 4-cylinder engine is called the T5. In other applications, the engine is fitted with a supercharger as well, and that's called the T6. All Volvos run some version of this engine. In this case, the Turbo 4 was attached to an 8-speed automatic and subsequently to Volvo's excellent all-wheel drive system. Also, this tester is running Michelin Excise winter tires, which are my personal favorite. A button press sets the XC40 into one of several drive modes, each with specific subsystem calibrations designed to get the machine up for the task at hand. In a blizzard, use Comfort Mode. Everything is relaxed, controls respond more slowly and smoothly to your commands, and the XC40 encourages you to go slow and steady and smooth, which is exactly what's required for safe driving in slippery, low-visibility conditions. And as it tends to go with Volvos, the XC40 also feels heavier and more planted on slippery roads in the hands of the careful driver than it looks like it should. And with a click, engagement of dynamic mode sees XC40 riled up a little bit. The steering and throttle go hair trigger, and the engine and transmission conspire to put more turbocharged torque at the tips of your toes more of the time. Responses to your inputs are more immediate and urgent, and the sweet bit of the engine's power curve is always within easy reach. Here, the XC40 feels like a feisty little driver's car, eager, responsive. It encourages the driver to steer with the throttle or brakes or to initiate long, gentle slides with little flicks of the steering wheel. All the while, the all-wheel drive system is smart, works fast, and feels invisible while extracting grip from the road. It requires none of your attention. Brakes bite nicely from an initial touch on the pedal too, and little you can do takes the XC40 out of its considerably wide winter driving comfort zone. The gist? When Mother Nature is being crabby, XC40 can be as entertainingly slippery or as perfectly sure-footed and stable a thing to drive as you like. After all, this little Swedish luxury ute was literally engineered in a country where people go skiing on their lunch hour, and it shows. A few gripes are, however, notable. First, you'll curse at the Central Command touchscreen interface at least 9 times before you learn how to use it intuitively. Once you do, it works great. Getting there will be a process for some. If you have trouble accessing things on your iPad, ask the nearest teenager to help you figure it out. Second, the XC40 is fitted with a variety of semi-autonomous safety features that, among other things, can apply some automatic steering to help you stay centered within your lane. This works nicely when the camera powering the system has a clear view of the markings on the road. In winter, when that's often not the case, you might have to fight with the XC40 a little. After several arguments with the vehicle about which lane I'd like to occupy, I ended up turning this function off until the roads were clear. Turning the system off is just a button tap away if required. Pricing from 40,000 Canadian if you're shopping in this hot segment, and especially if you're doing so from a northern climate. This one needs to be on your radar. Thanks for watching.